Hello, everyone. It's the Night Shadow again. I hope you all have been well. I just kind of wanted to share my experience on this YouTube video since it would be easier for people to find my story and how God, kind of found me in the midst of my lost journey. So, before we proceed, this kind of includes some trauma, some drug abuse, suicidal ideations, everything like that. So if you get triggered by that, I would recommend you to not continue further from this point. But I want to make it as explicit as possible so people can really see my story. So, anyways, this was kind of all that took place within a week. And it was probably the worst and best week of my life, honestly. So, what happened was on Friday, I decided to seek knowledge from the bad substances, and I took 3 tabs of acid. I was doing lines of ketamine. I was drinking, because life is tough. Life is suffering, right? I was depressed. I was like, I just want to forget the world, and I just want to find knowledge from within because that's the way, like, some people have obtained it through, meditation or psychedelics or all those types of things, with which I was really into, just kind of exploring your mind to its limits. And trust me, I fell down from that. You don't want to do that. Trust me, you don't want to go there unless you have, not even if you have God on your side, because that's kind of like, you know kind of bad spirits pretty much. So anyways, so I was here doing that. I was chilling. I was watching a stream on Friday, and again I took those 3 tabs. I was deep in meditation. I thought I felt calm. And anyways, when I was really tripping, I was just like barely, conscious kind of. I joined this voice call with this guy, and this guy kind of showed me videos of digiters, which digiters are people who are kind of talented with their fingers. They can flow, they know how to go with the music, right? So he showed me that, and I was like, wow, I melted. Like, I literally could not respond. I thought I was in this dreamlike state, and I pretty much took the fruit of knowledge and evil, and trust me, he opened my eyes, and like all the knowledge of the world pretty much just came crashing on my mind, like time and space just started just melting, and told me like these substances told me I was God and I had superpowers and all that, and I was like, what? This doesn't make sense. Like, this does not make sense with the reality or the world we live in. It's like, oh yeah, but you're God, it doesn't have to make sense. And I was like kind of believing it, but I was still like skeptical because of my anxious nature, because I have an anxiety disorder. But anyway, so I was kind of like confused, dazed, and I was like, what is happening? So, anyways, after I saw all that, I went kind of to sleep, because I was seeing sort of things that I was like, people are going to think I'm crazy if I just, I don't know, keep going like this. Because I was seeing angel numbers, I was seeing everything. I was like, oh my goodness, like I would just want the trip to stop, right? So I kind of just went to sleep, and I was like, okay. And then I woke up, and I was so like off balance. I could see like the matrix and stuff like that. I was like, dude, I'm going crazy for sure. But I just kind of like went with it. I was like, hey, God told me I'm God too. God told me I'm the Messiah, and I was like, there's nothing to fear but be with God. So I was kind of mixing the bad spirits and the good spirits, kind of like how I represent myself with tattoos and no tattoos. I have an arm with tattoos that shows like my fun side, and then I have this one that shows like my serious side, my philosophical, kind of methodical mind. So that's kind of how I represent it. And so I was like, yeah, God told me like good and evil are one thing, and we're all that, and we're all connected. And I'm like, kind of makes sense, but I was still not convinced. Anyways, so that was on Friday. Then Saturday, I kind of just had a chill day. Kind of just talked to some friends, played some video games, watched some shows, watched some movies. And again, I was seeing signs everywhere. I was like, I had superpowers. I was like, I knew what I needed to do. And like, I was the man. I was, nobody to mess with. I was the coolest person on earth. And I was like, yeah, this seems like too good to be true, though. But I was like, nah, let's just go with it. Let's just see where it goes. And I was like, oh man, that was a mistake. That was mistake number one. Anyways, So I go to this rave show on Saturday, which was trance music, which is Andrew Rayel and Haleen, if anybody is familiar with trance music. So it was a good time, and I took more ketamine then. I didn't really want to do any more hard substances. Well, that is a hard substance too, but to me that was like, that's like a beer to me, right? So I was just taking a little bit of bumps here and there. I was vibing. However, while I was there, I could see kind of like the bad spirits coming near me and wanting to rob me of my energy and stuff like that. And I was like, wait, wait, wait. I thought I was all powerful. Why are these people like trying to, fight me or take my happiness away and stuff like that? So I was kind of confused there, but I just kept praying. I kind of kept praying, and kind of God told me I had the powers to just shoo him away if I wanted to. I was like, oh, okay. So I just shoo him away, and it kind of worked in my mind. I don't know. I was kind of loopy again. I don't know what I was doing. Anyways, I was just shooing them, whatever, and I just felt so spiritually connected with trance music because that's kind of one of my favorite genres. But what I didn't know is like those kind of music and hymns kind of align yourself, leaving you kind of vulnerable to bad spirits. And I did not know that, and yet I just kept going with it. I felt heavenly. I felt connected to the universe. I was one and one for all, and everything. Again, bunch of crap that I thought I knew. Anyway, I go home. I continue kind of like taking some K, kind of taking it easy. I just drink, chill with some dudes, some friends, and I was, feeling pretty good, feeling better. However, I was still not out of it. I was still having these bad feelings, but mixed with good feelings. Kind of like God was trying to grab my hand, and then Satan was trying to grab my other hand, and I was just like, wow, I'm just stuck in the middle of bad and good right now. It's like, what am I supposed to do though? And I didn't really know who to listen to. Anyways, so Sunday came, and I was just pooped. Like, I didn't really want to do anything. I just wanted to maybe smoke some marijuana, which is my medication, which is prescribed by a doctor, by the way. So I just wanted to chill. I was just wanted to smoke a little bit. I didn't really want to do anything. My mind was exhausted. I was exhausted, mentally just drained out of everything. So anyways, so I just took it a chill day. But however, this energy told me, why shouldn't I party more? Why shouldn't I? I've been through the rough of it. I've had mental health disorders for all like 6, 7 years now. No, not even, like probably like 3 or 4. However, those years felt like decades or like eternities because, when you're dealing with mental illness and you're feeling so defeated, it can feel like the world is against you too. Like everything's just conspiring against you, just trying to like bring you down. However, I was angry. That's what I felt. I was angry, just angry at the world, angry that I was given life, angry that, why I had to endure this suffering. I never asked for this. They never asked for my consent. Anyways, like me. If you know me from the Discord servers, from antinatalism or Reddit, you know how I am with my pessimism side, where I'm like, oh yeah, life sucks, but we keep going, and I was just kind of like a doomer, pretty much. I was a doomer. I was a funny doomer, but I was a doomer nonetheless. Anyway, so so I left off on Sunday night. So yeah, Sunday night. So I drank, I took more K, and then these kind of like spiritual worlds just kind of kept coming back to me, and that's when I lost it. That's when I really lost it. I started speaking in tongues. I started, doing the flowing motions with my fingers, like I was really gifted. I was singing. I was doing all these things like you would see in the psychotic episode, which I was having, that was drug induced. So, anyways, I had like kind of like a feeling that somebody was gonna come and like show me the light or something like that, and it was actually kind of my family that showed up on. Oh wait, I'm skipping too much. Anyway, so Monday I do my whole routine like I'm God or whatever, or I'm some holy being. I go to work, I chill, I help people. I'm the dude, right? I'm the dude. And then I go home that night, and it told me to party again. Again, I was just seeking kind of comfort because I still felt bad. I still didn't feel 100%. And these voices just told me, oh, you just have to train in this ways and you can have it all: drugs, love, sex, all of that. And I was like, still skeptical. I was like, nah, this can't be it. Anyways, I entered this psychotic state on Monday night. And so they found me Tuesday morning, and my whole family was there, like my stepdad, my mom, my sister, and they were kind of like doing like an intervention. And I was like, why are you doing an intervention? Like, I'm the dude, bro. Like, what are you doing? Anyways, I don't even know what I was doing back then, because apparently I had broken my sister's car door. I had opened some packages that were hers. I was kind of laying down in her room smoking weed. I don't know what I was doing, honestly. Like, when you're that gone, you could have even like done something reckless with other people's lives. So now that I see that, I'm definitely not going to go into that state ever again. And I'm saying it here because I want it to be, out something public, that I'm not doing that stuff again. Only what's prescribed to me and what works for me and keeps me on a stable level, like I am right now. I do take marijuana as needed because that is my prescription, and God has shown me, and I have prayed that He showed me what substances work for my body, and if I ever can quit it, I will definitely quit it too. But however, you don't learn to fly in one day, right? So it just takes day by day, and that's why I wanted to do this video now when it's fresh in my mind, and then I can just reference to this later on. So anyways, moving from that, the cops were called. I had some, illegal substances. They took all that away, my marijuana, my pills, everything, just gone. They sedated me and put me in an ambulance. After that, I don't recall much of it because I'm pretty sure they sedated me to the point where I was, just asleep. Anyways, I woke up in this hospital room, and to me, it kind of seemed like I was in a video game, like just spawning in GTA. Like you spawn in a hospital, right? In some GTA games, like I said, it's all the knowledge that was within me, and it was just playing mind tricks on me. And I was like, okay, I'm in GTA. I just spawned. I just got killed, so I need to go out and do some damage or something. So, anyways, so I go and unplug all my cables that were hooked up to me. They had like an IV, they had like a heart monitor, they had all that. So I try to escape, and the security guard just tells me, no, like you need to go back to your room. You need to comply with us. And I was like, why, bro? Like I'm pretty much God. Like I can just tell you to, get out of here. Anyways, so they bring me back to the room. I do that like 3 more times, and I was seeing these movies at the time, and they were scaring me because I was seeing like these visions and these voices speaking to me, and I was like, please, I don't want any more. Like I broke down. Like I literally broke down in tears because I didn't know what was going on. Anyways, I tried to escape again, and by that time they put me in like confinement because I was being really reckless, I guess, and they drugged me up again, and then they put me in the psych ward. Anyways, I was barely conscious at that time. I didn't even know who I was, who put me here, where am I, what am I doing. But those feelings kind of faded away as I became like sober of mind. So thankfully I wasn't all that gone where I did like permanent damage to my brain or anything like that, thankfully. But yeah, there were other people speaking in languages that only I knew, or talking in, kind of like inside jokes, kind of like jokes that only I would know what they mean. And they were telling me they were like flying through realities and going through dimensions and stuff like that, kind of like something like I experienced. I was like, oh man, this is real. Like this is real life. Like I'm messing with some bad stuff right here. I was like, wow. Anyways, they put me in this room where I didn't really even have a window. I didn't even know what time it was. I had no phone. I had no wallet, no anything. They're just like, hey, just behave and you'll be out of here soon. So I was like, okay. Then I started praying. I was like, please just get me out of here. I want to get out of here. Like, it's cold. I don't know anybody. Everybody's crazy. And I feel so alone, and I'm drugged up. And it was just the most traumatic experience I've ever had. I never really had a traumatic experience until then. But that shook me to my very last core. Like, it brought me down to my knees, like fetal position, like crying. Anyway, so I go to these groups that they have in these mental hospitals where you just say words of affirmation, you talk about life, you talk about your struggles, maybe get into what put you there. And that was really good for me because we were out in nature and I felt calm, and I just kept praying to God to show me the way, because I was lost. I was honestly lost in my mind, lost in the mental hospital. I didn't know what I was doing. Anyways, I could feel like I was kind of like reaching people's hearts. And I was like, whoa, I may still have superpowers. I may have to explore it more. And that's when things went really wrong again. Anyway, so after the fourth day, finally the psychiatrist said I was stable, that I shouldn't mess with illegal drugs again, that I don't want to end up in that place again. And I was just like, yes, 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 please, just let me go. I won't be bad again. Like, I won't do it again. Like, that's how bad it was. That's how bad that place is. And I'm telling you, you want to stay away from that place. That place is not going to do you any good. Trust me. It's better to like stay at home, stay sane, don't do anything crazy. Let the people who know you guide you. There's psychiatrists, there's therapists, there's groups, there's everything. Just do everything that you need to do to not end up in that place, because trust me, you don't want to. I've been traumatized from that place, and I do not want to go back ever, 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 because I was just thrown in there, Baker acted, not knowing what I was doing. Anyways, so I finally get out of the loony bin, pretty much. So I get out of the loony bin. I was waiting for my sister. My sister didn't come, and I was like, wow, like I kind of been a crappy person to her, and I understand if she doesn't want to come. So they gave me some flip-flops, and I had to walk all the way from the mental hospital with no phone, no wallet, no anything. I couldn't even get a cab because I didn't have anything on me. And I was like, well, I mean, I have no choice but to walk. So I walked. I kind of like got sunburned. As you can see, I'm still sunburnt from the walk that I did, because I'm kind of pale on skin color. Anyways, I get home, and my family gets home at the same time that I got home. And I was like, oh, wow, what a relief. And I was mad. I was angrier than I've ever been in my life, because they just left me there alone. My friends were asking about me. Everything was just a chaos. Nobody knew anything. And I was like, okay, well, we need to talk at least. So I told them, I'm like, hey, I have powers. I can speak in tongues, all of this. And they're like, are you still on drugs or something? And I was like, no, I'm just like, I got powers, and I got like greedy, and I wanted to show off, and I wanted to, show them the way, the enlightened way that they didn't understand. And then they gave me these articles, which I'll link down below, which kind of resonates what I went through, where I was just in the spirit world, and I was being deceived by Satan pretty much. And I was just letting him grab me. But God always had his hand on my back and was telling me, hey, there's only one way. There's only one king, one God of gods. And I was like, okay, this seems better. This seems better, because I don't want this knowledge. I don't want this responsibility. It's draining. It's really draining me. Like, yes, I was the man and I was everything, but I didn't feel good inside, because I still was justifying my actions with morals and philosophies and all that. And I was like, okay, well, I need to explore this more. And after he sent me those articles, I saw, and it resonated with me so much that I called him. And I was like, hey, I've read those articles, and now I see you were just trying to get me to the truth, to God. And I was just so broke down, and I was still feeling a little shaken up, because that experience was so real to me. I was seeing vivid hallucinations. Like I was in there, like in six-dimensional beings, like fighting, like, like Ready Player One, like that movie. Kind of like that. That describes perfectly what I went through. That and Bruce Almighty. Anyways, so when he sent me those articles, he told me to pray and to repent, and that God had me, and that God knew the way, and there was only one God. And I accepted Jesus into my heart that night. And I prayed, I put some worship music, and I just repented of all my sins. I said, I'm nothing. I'm dust compared to you. I don't even deserve your love, but you still give it to me. And I just laid it all down. I was down on my knees. I was crying. I was like, please, no more. I want to be good. I want to fight for the winning side, the right side, the light. I wanted to fight for the light. And ever since then, he kind of just has his hand on me. From then, he's like, I was waiting for you. You just didn't want to acknowledge me. You just didn't want to kind of put your pride aside, kind of put your big head that you know everything aside, and that, that you were sinful pretty much. So I was sinful. I repented. I accepted Jesus into my heart, and this calming feeling just came upon me, and it's like, it's over, son. Like, you have passed your trial. You have definitely been through the rough of it. And I was like, yes, but you need to choose whether you're a good person or a bad person. You can't be both. So I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm a good person. Yep. Don't smite me again, please, 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 please. Anyways, like I was like a kid begging for no more. Like please no more. Anyways, I got into the word. I read some words of affirmation. I got into the word. I prayed for a little while, for probably like 20 minutes, just listening to God and knowing that I was on His side and that He was gonna, illuminate His way into me. So I did that. That was yesterday, I think. Yeah, yesterday. Anyway, I had planned to go to a show that night, and I didn't have any energy to go to any show, to speak to people, to even do anything really. So I just kind of like got some food and stuff like that, and I was like, dude, I'm chilling tonight. I just need to go to bed, need to sleep, need to get out of this hell that I've been living through. But God showed me, He's like, hey, it takes time. You've just been through a traumatic experience. Like everybody needs time, and I need counseling, and I need to go see my psychiatrist after this, and then go do all the wrongs that I did. I need to amend them pretty much. So, anyways, I just wanted to tell you this story because there are going to be changes. And on this channel, I'm not going to really talk about philosophy anymore. This is probably going to be an outlet for me to speak to you guys and help you if you want to follow the path of righteousness. Trust me, there's only one. Trust me, from my experience, learn from me. I was dumb. I tried to seek it through ways like that seem right to me, seem right to man, to the flesh, and it just brought me down to my knees crying. And I don't want you to go through that, because trust me, it's traumatizing. So anyways, I just wanted to tell you guys that because it just brought me to my knees. My life was a mess. God took everything away from me and told me, hey, like I can giveth and taketh away pretty much. So don't ever run away from me and just trust in my word. And that's what I've been doing. So anyway, this channel is probably going to be like a channel of what I learned through life. Probably going to be some artistic outlet too, of some gloving for people that want to learn gloving as a form of flow art, because it helps you relax your mind. However, just don't do it at places like raves and stuff, because people over there do it for the wrong reasons. I just see it as an outlet, and I want people to just learn to flow. It's kind of like my yo-yoing videos that I have. I used to just yo-yo, but I wasn't really hurting anybody. I was doing it just for my outlet, just for myself, just to keep sane. So again, I like gloving because it helps me, release some energy. And it kind of keeps me, because I'm a fidgety person, so it just helps me when I'm feeling nervous. I just kind of flow with the art. I kind of do some like stunt moves again. So it's kind of going to be an outlet of teaching people what I learn, and maybe some music, because I actually love music. And now God has shown me that I may have to pursue something in music because I love it so much, and I may get a chance to travel the world from that. So that's where my life is at the moment. I don't want to make this video too long and all about me. However, I just want to share that experience with you. Please learn from my mistakes. Again, I'm not trying to preach to you about what's right and what's wrong. I'm just saying learn from my experience. And there's only one way. And you're going to find out the hard way or the good way. And don't be stubborn, because you don't know everything. Trust me, I don't know everything either. And trust me, I may appear normal on the outside, but I definitely got a lot going on here. So it's just a lot to deal with, and I wanted to kind of update people on what's going to be the direction of this channel. It's definitely going to be founded on the Word of God now. I'm a Christian. I'm not even an antinatalist anymore, but I'm not going to have kids. For sure, God has shown me that He doesn't want me to have kids, and that's fine with me, because I never wanted kids in the first place. So trust me, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not going to bring more suffering into this world. God has shown me the suffering. I've lived through the suffering. And God has shown me that I'm just going to be, His instrument. So just kind of wanted to update you guys on what has been happening with my life, what I've been through. And I definitely have some healing to do still. I'm still not okay, but God's going to make it okay in due time. So anyways, I hope you all are well. If you want to continue my journey through life, you can definitely stay subscribed or subscribe. If you want to leave and not want to explore the Word of God with me too, you can definitely unsubscribe. I'm not telling you to keep subscribed to me just because. You have free will. You have free will to do what you want, and I feel like everybody has the right to choose what way they want to go about it. But I'm telling you, from my experience, save yourself the struggle, save yourself the bad times. I tell you with the deepest sorrows of my heart, because I went through that, and I don't want anybody to ever go through anything like that. So anyways, don't want to make this video too long. I'm still recovering, but I wanted this story to be as fresh as possible and to, guide you to the right message and share my experience, because I wanted to share it with the world. So anyways, guys, that's all from me for now. Stay tuned for more videos if you want to still stay subscribed. Again, I'm just learning through life. I'm just going one day at a time. I don't know all the answers, but God will guide me. So many blessings be upon all of you. I hope y'all are well. I hope you guys are healthy. Oh, and another thing, ephilism, yeah, that's garbage. So I'm definitely not an ephilist, not an antinatalist. I'm not in any philosophy but the Word of God now. So again, ephilism is built on hatred and just bad ideas. If you don't know what ephilism is, please research it and just see what bad it is, how bad it is. Anyways, this video is not about ephilism though. I'm never gonna even mention ephilism in the future because it's straight up garbage. So anyways, be well, guys. I hope you guys find what helps you in life, and more videos coming soon from me. Thank you for your time. Goodbye.